Hello, and welcome to our channel. I'm Jacinda.
I'm Liddell with Phillips, and we just want to thank you and welcome you to another video.
So we have a question from a young lady, and pretty new married. She said, my husband does not encourage me. He never tells me I'm beautiful. And when I say something about it, it causes an argument. What do I do? I feel like a stranger. That was a really good question. And a lot of people are struggling with that question or have that same experience in their relationship.
When I initially heard the question, my thought process was, what do you want to be done?
Exactly.
So again, just to make an assumption that she or anyone else dealing with this is my husband or the man or the male, the masculine energy in the home is at a distance. And as a result, you're now looking for that attention that you probably once received that is no longer there.
We wanted to give you some things that you can do and that's going to absolutely benefit you in your relationship, but more importantly, in your individual person. Our main focus when it comes to what we share, it's always the individual. You know, you hear people say there's no I in team, but there is an I in relationship. So you as the individual have to take responsibility for your happiness. It's not the person that you're with responsibility to make you happy, to even tell you that you're beautiful. You know, the best kinds of relationships are those that are going from an overflow. When your relationship is going from an overflow, that is going to come out naturally. It's going to just be a natural flow of love instead of a deficiency, or what's a better word?
You're at a deficit.
At a deficit.
You're at a
so
deficit.
If I'm at a deficit in my emotional tank or whatever, and you're at a deficit, we're both empty.
Yeah.
We're both empty. I'm expecting you to fill me up with love and affirmation and encouragement. And you're also expecting me to do the same thing for you.
Right.
But I don't have anything in myself to give to you.
Right.
So what we're saying is begin to build yourself up. Begin to grow in who you are. So here's some things that I want to encourage this young lady in. Start doing this for yourself. Maybe about twice a day. Take a look in the mirror and say, hey, I love you. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are an amazing being. You deserve to be loved wonderfully because you give love wonderfully. It doesn't have to be these words exactly, but hey, come up with your own thing that you want to say twice a day, the same things that you're saying to yourself over and over, and you're beginning to build that momentum within yourself in that building your own self-worth. Because what happens, you begin to define your identity for you instead of it being identified in another person.
Right. And then last part of the statement that was read, it says that I feel like a stranger. So what she's saying is you have to get comfortable and get familiar with who you are, and put yourself in a position to give that to yourself. So you're familiar. You're not a stranger. You're familiar with how it feels to receive that love from yourself. So when you're looking in the mirror and you're declaring these statements, I love you, I appreciate myself, or whatever that looks like for you, you're able to receive that. It's going to feel a little foreign in the beginning, maybe it doesn't, but what I'm saying is if you're not used to this, it could feel foreign initially. But that's okay because you're getting familiar with who you are and how to better present yourself and also receive the love that you're requiring of others.
You never want to make a person love you or that their affection and their loving of you feels forced or disingenuine. So you're having arguments because you never tell me I'm beautiful. You never encourage me. So if he starts saying, you know what, babe, you're beautiful, you know, will you be at a position to receive it? Or are you going to say, well, you're just saying that because I complain about it, or I'm telling you to say it. So I don't know if, but then it's a whole nother argument right there. Well, you told me to tell you you're beautiful sometime. You want me to encourage you. I don't know what you want me to do. So if you begin to find your own identity and grow in your beauty, grow in your confidence, grow in your worthiness of love, when it comes from him or anyone outside of you, it's just a reflection of what you already know. And for me, beauty is not based on the outer exterior and the appearance. It's more of who I say that I am to me. And anyone that give me any compliments, that's just a reflection of what I already know about myself. From a male's perspective, a guy perspective, do you see this as something that comes off as like needy?
Yes. And that neediness puts you in a position to chase and look for it. And now that neediness is so undesirable. It's so unattractive, unappealing to a guy that we begin to retract, pull away, need our distance because we don't respond well to the neediness. But we respond to being needed though, meaning we want to pursue. We want to have a goal. We want to have something that we can pursue and conquer or win. When it's in reverse, and now we're the hunted, and you're looking for the validation, that puts me in a different position of the prey.
Wow.
That I'm being hunted, and I tend to run from that.
For us, our position is be more introspective.
Yeah.
Take ownership of your happiness. Take ownership of your growth and confidence.
When you're in your relationship, there's certain things that you look for and you want on the onset, but right now you're in that space of, like I said, you're in that pursuit mode of the validation, and you're trying to get something from the relationship that he didn't sign up for. The question is, did he sign up for that? Did he sign up to tell you that you're beautiful? Did he sign up to validate you? Is that the questions, the conversation that y'all had on the onset of your relationship, was that included in the package that you presented to him? You're required to tell me that I'm beautiful every day. You're required to do this. What I'm saying is, there are certain things that you didn't require before you were married, but now you're requiring, and it's becoming an issue right now.
Wow.
So what I want to just encourage you to do is find out, or just have the conversations. First of all, take an introspective look at yourself and find out who I am, so you won't feel like a stranger.
Exactly.
Secondly, if you have some questions for him, find a place that you're not in a place of neediness.
Yeah.
And that makes him a little bit more open and more responsive, because he sees there's a place of need there.
Exactly. Like we were saying, become familiar and comfortable with telling yourself you're beautiful, telling yourself you're worthy of love, telling yourself, not just saying it, but beginning to believe that you're worthy of these things. A couple of things will begin to happen, and you'll begin to see some changes. You begin to say these things to yourself, look at yourself. At first it may be uncomfortable, weird, it may even feel stupid saying you're beautiful, I love you, whatever in the mirror. But then you get in a habit of doing it, you start feeling that in yourself. And then you start changing the way you posture yourself. You carry your shoulders a little bit higher. When you're walking in public, you have your head up. Maybe you're doing things that make you feel outwardly more confident and make you feel more beautiful outwardly. And he may begin to say, okay, where are you going? Or who are you getting all dressed up for? Or who are you trying to look nice for? Who are you trying to impress? And at that point, as you're beginning to grow and you're beginning to walk more and more in your confidence, he'll begin to see it. And if it's unfamiliar to him, he will wonder, is something going on? Are you getting that attention from somewhere else? And it may put a little fire under him to where he'll begin to give you more attention or become suspicious. And if he does become suspicious, and you're up to nothing, you're not doing anything that would warrant suspicion, you can then say, well, you know what? I realized that I was asking you to do something for me that was my responsibility. Although I love when you compliment me, it feels good to know that the man that I'm with appreciates and likes and is attractive to the woman that he's with. But I had to realize that it's my responsibility to feel good about me and to be happy with me. I was doing something unfair to you, making you the one to build up my confidence. So I decided to take ownership in building myself up and building my confidence. And I feel better about myself and I feel good. And I realize I don't need a person outside of me to validate me. And it feels amazing. And I feel so much more confident and comfortable with myself. And either he'll say, okay, I like this. I like that you're thinking like this. And he'll begin to want to do better for you and want to give you and show you that he does value the person that you are. Or his insecurities will begin to show itself. And he'll say, no, you up to something. You must be cheating on me, or there must be another guy or something like that. This is his insecurity showing its head that he can't take a woman who is confident in herself. It must be another man that's doing it for you. So if he's beginning to say things like that, don't shriek back and become timid. Continue to walk in your confidence and let him know, I deserve to be treated well. I deserve to feel good about myself without you thinking that someone else has my attention.
Yeah.
And it puts it on him. Either he's going to step up to the plate more and begin to get to the place of overflow, to sharing and expressing more of how he feel about you, because he appreciates that you're giving it to yourself. Not it, but you're giving the confidence to yourself. Or is going to show that he has no desire to develop and take your relationship collectively to that next level.
We just wanted to come along and share our insights based on this question. And we also want to know from other listeners and viewers, if we gave you a different perspective on the question.
We just want to get your feedback, and if you like this video, definitely give us a like and share as well. And if you have other questions that you like us to just give our feedback on, we love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your question, and we hope that what we share helps and that you begin to walk in your confidence and continue to walk in your greatness, and you'll begin to get more and more of those compliments from your man and other people, and it'll be like, wow, you know what? It is them reflecting what I know about myself, and it feels good, but it's not something that I require.
So with that, again, we want to thank you again and again.
Thank you for spending time with us and allowing us into your home. Continuing your greatness.
Continuing your greatness.